I said I wasn't going to do this. I was told that this knife was more than any single person on this earth should handle. But I went ahead and did it anyways. We're going to check this out. What's going on, guys? Carter here with Edge Mindset. Appreciate everybody. I appreciate all of you. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps me out. Ooh, it's right here on the top. This is the 5 Max. The 5 Max. We have the 8010. We have the 4 Max. And now we have the 5 Max. When this came out, I immediately said no. I was like, way too big, way too bulky, way too crazy, and a little bit too expensive. I'm not going to get this one. I'm going to sit this one out. And it lasted for quite, wow, it lasted for quite a while. But now here it is. I had to get it. To my defense, though, prices have come down. I got a decent deal on this thing. I think I got this for $311, just over $300 from White Mountain Knives. Discount code WMK. Anybody can use that, 10% off. Here it is, guys. 5 Max from Demko and Cold Steel collaboration. I believe this is S35 VN steel, just like all the others. I can't even fit it in frame. Let me zoom out a little bit here so that maybe we can actually see this freaking thing. Let's do 4 Max. Let's do 8010. Pivot to pivot. Butts to nuts. There we go. Beautiful green right there. Look at that. Look at that. That is insane. Let's do, can we even do a weight comparison and get everything on camera here? Let's move up the scale. 8010, we're looking at 7.2 ounces. Heavy. Heavy. It only gets heavier from there. 7.2 ounces. 4 Max, we bump it all the way up to 10 ounces on the dot. 5 Max, what are we going for here? With the 5 Max. 5 Max, we're looking at 13.5 ounces. Honestly, not as big of a jump as I thought it might be. Probably because the thickness is the same, right? There's more material. Is it thinner? No. It's not thinner. It just seems thinner because it's so massive. Same pocket clip right there. I cannot wait to carry this frickin' knife. So one thing I love about Cold Steel, one thing I love about Andrew Demko is I feel like they still like to have fun with their knives. They're not all fuddy-duddy, flippy, you know, like, it's got to be practical. It's got to have a full flat grind and it can't be too thick. And it's got to be lightweight so you can put it in little basketball shorts. Just kidding. I mean, not really, but I get it, right? And I have those knives and I appreciate that kind of stuff. I like practical knives too, but sometimes I like to have fun. Sometimes I like to get something crazy, and that's when I look to Demko, that's when I look to Cold Steel, and that's when I buy something like this. Look at that grain. Different G10 grain, right? Or maybe not. No, I guess it's just the different parts, right? So this is taken out more like up here. This one's big enough that you get like, you get every possible grain pattern on a sheet of G10 in this knife because it's so massive. What do we have for construction here? So, oh, interesting. It is a little different. There's no glass breaker or whatever you want to call this down at the bottom. 2 screws here, 2 screws on the body, whereas this one has 3 down here and then 1 up there. So same number of screws, but they're just dispersed a little differently. Then we've got the same pin up here. Got a pin up here. I like how it's got a little itty bitty baby pivot. They didn't increase the size of the pivot, so it looks uber small, but cute. You know what I'm saying? Really like this stonewash, this blackened stonewash finish on the blade here. Now, I've heard some people mention, why does this say Demko on it when none of these others say Demko on it? I have a theory. I am 95% sure I'm right. However, I have been known to be wrong on rare occasion. I've been known to be wrong, and my wife always makes sure that I know it when I am wrong. No, just kidding. I love my wife. She's amazing. She's beautiful. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. But my theory on this is that these two were produced when Demko was an employee of Cold Steel. So he just was an employee, right? He designed the triad lock. He designed these knives. He produces these as customs, but he designed them for Cold Steel, so they are wholly owned by Cold Steel. So Cold Steel is completely in charge of the branding and the labeling, and they're going to label it as a Cold Steel knife. I believe this one came out after Demko had officially left as an employee. So now he's a collaborator, which gives him a little more leverage to say, hey, you can use my 5 Max design and produce it, but I want my name on it. And they said, okay, we are willing to do that. Or maybe they just did it on his behalf because they wanted to make sure it was known that this is a Demko design. That's my guess. I could be wrong. I've seen this on the new 8010 with the titanium scales and the 3V steel. It also has the Demko name on there. So that's why I'm thinking that's the case. Let's see how thin this is. Not too bad. It's not that crazy. Look how wide that secondary bevel is. Especially on this side. Little uneven. Not terrible. It's about, not as bad as Spyderco Seki City made knives. But yeah, little uneven. But I like how they did that. I like how they widened that bevel though, because that's going to make it a little bit more cutty, a little bit more slicey for such a thick blade. But look how high that grind is. Really high grind. So not too bad. Not too bad. In fact, really the only thing that would make this inherently impractical is just the weight. It's very, very heavy. Not really that carryable. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know if this will even fit in my shorts, to be honest. This thing is absolutely massive. As far as I know, green G10 with the black is the only thing available in this 5 Max. I don't think there's anything else that's available. But this thing is so cool. Let's see if I can open it, not knock over my tripod. I mean, flick it open is what I'm saying. Obviously, I can open it. You can slow roll it. I'm trying to see if I can flick it open with limited space. I don't think it's happening. Maybe once it breaks in, and if I have a little more space, I can use a little wrist and get it to open. This 8010 flicks open real nice. 4 Max is a little tougher. Oh, didn't quite get it. Didn't quite get it. A lot of green going on here, huh? There's a little bit of a green theme. These are all beautiful green Demko knives. Man, I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Big knives are cool. They don't make sense. I never seem to carry them, but they're cool to have. And I love Andrew Demko. I love all his designs. Always have. So it's always cool to get new collaborations like this. Like I said, these retail for just above $300. I know a lot of people grumbled about that. It is what it is. This is a big chunk of S35VN steel, contoured G10. I don't think it's that crazy, especially since, everything's going up, right? Inflation's hitting everything in our lives. So over $300 for this. I'm not complaining. I think it's a fair deal. Comment down below. What do you think of the 5 Max? Is it fun and big, or is it ridiculous and nonsense? I want to hear what you guys have to say. Catch you guys later. Couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't want to anyways. See you on the next video.